Hello everybody, it's Burge. Are you ready to get burged? It's Bubble Talk with Burge. It's 4 o'clock on Friday, Eastern Standard Time, and I'm here at the Maritime Conference Center in Baltimore, Maryland. And we are about to do a big event tomorrow for all of the first responders and for Feed a Billion. And it's a good food drive. We're doing charity events for all of the first responders here. And hi, Karen. And I'm here. No matter where I go, I'm going to be there for you. Are you ready to get burged? And right behind me, by the way, hi, Sarah. Right behind me, you're in UK still, huh? Is the, let me see if you can see it. That is the Liberty ship. If you can see that, there's a lot of, I'm in the Maritime Convention Center that we're about to do a big event tomorrow. So I just arrived and I thought I'd stop and say hey and do Bubble Talk with Burge and do those subconscious beliefs, that Bubble Talk up here, and talk about whatever we're going to pick for our definitely our cards for Essence of Being. If you've been watching my Bubble Talk with Burge, you know that we pick one of these cards twice a week, once on Tuesday and once on Friday, and unless I'm speaking or teaching a workshop. And so I'll be speaking tomorrow. Hi, Karen. I'll be speaking tomorrow at the Be the One conference with Nancy Matthews and a lot of other beautiful people that'll be speaking. And again, it's a charity event for the first responders, and also Feed a Billion, I believe, is our food bank here in Maryland is the deal. And then we'll be gallivanting around DC, saying hello to all of the wonderful things in the District of Columbia. So the Bubble Talk with Burge today, okay, it's been a crazy day already, and I just want to say the subconscious beliefs that we have, it's that bubble above our head, you know, like a cartoon character. Hi, Wally. And that cartoon character has these subconscious thoughts up here, right? And so our conscious thought might be saying one thing, but our subconscious is saying another. Could be. So that's what Bubble Talk is. And so as always, on Tuesdays and Fridays around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, we're going to pull a card. These are my Essence of Being cards to see what is it. Hi, Wally. What is it that we're going to think about this weekend? What is the message? These are oracle cards. These are absolutely magical cards, and they're perfect. Last time I picked Mastery is about flow and ease. So today, let's see what we pick about what our focus is going to be this weekend. And certainly it's all about giving back, because there's a lot of Essence of Being graduates here in Baltimore speaking at this event, actually. So that's kind of cool. So I just want to say hello before Nancy Matthews gets here. And let's see what we have. I'm just going to pick at random. What is it? And by the way, let me show you the Liberty ship one more time. Ready? Here you go. See, that's the Liberty ship back there. And I'm in a museum. So people are looking at me wondering why I'm talking and doing a Facebook Live in this museum. But I'm getting burged, right? Or you're getting burged. So here we go. Pull a good one, Wally says. Okay, this is for all of us this weekend. Let's see what I pulled. Okay. I don't know if I pulled this one before. Maybe I have, but contrast leads to clarity. Now again, if anybody can tell me how to make this turn around so you can actually see it, that'd be awesome. But this is a message. This is our Essence of Being cards that I pulled today, and this is for all of us. Contrast leads to clarity. Let me read what it says and see how this applies to you and how we can work with that this weekend, okay? Let's see. If you are not sure what you want, start with what you don't want. We all know that, right? The contrast in your life gives you clarity as to what is working and what is not. Sweep away the things that do not work and focus on what is working for you. Once the debris is gone, you will find that you have more clarity. Then you can create your heart's desires. So this weekend, our heart's desires is what I'm doing this weekend, is giving back to the food bank here in Maryland, and also to the first responders, so that you can understand and be the one for each other. And that's why I am here. And so this contrast leads to clarity. The thing I want to say about it is this. Many times, and this certainly has been me this week, many times we focus on things that are not working. We focus on all the things that we don't want. we say, man, that sucked, or I'm not doing it right, or why can't I get it right, and why can't I make more money, why don't I have a relationship, why don't. So all of that is contrast. So if you look at that, that's really contrast. It's a good thing, because what it's doing is it's bringing up everything that you don't want so that you can pivot to what you do want. Many people don't know what they want. They think they do, but a lot of times all the stuff that doesn't work in our lives, we're going to call that contrast. And instead of pushing it away, saying, I don't want that, as we all know, right? As we all know, when you push against something, it comes back to you. What you resist persists. So instead of pushing things away that you don't want, look at the contrast and go, isn't that interesting? Be the observer. Observe the fact that, you know what, I really don't want that. So now that's going to give me a focus on what I do want. So you just pivot. You pivot to what you do want. You become clear. You become more clear about what you want, and you focus on what it is that's working. You focus on what it is that you want. Therefore, because what you focus on expands. And Karen says, I wrote a post about that card yesterday. Duh, right? Of course. So here's the thing about contrast. Instead of saying, man, this really sucks, I don't want this anymore, you might want to just embrace that and say, you know what? I get it. It's coming up for me to look at, to say, this is not it. I'm going to focus on the other thing, whatever it is that's working, or whatever. I mean, we are living, we're breathing, many of us able to walk. Most of us have our hearts beating without having to think about it, and being grateful for that. So our clarity creates power. In other words, when we're focusing on what's working, that is the place where we can create more of that. What we focus on expands. So if we're constantly living in the I don't knows, or constantly living in the let's focus, this isn't what I needed, this person didn't do that, this person didn't do that, and then it makes us feel bad, doesn't it? The energy of all of that doesn't feel so good. And so you could live in that, and guess what? You're going to attract more of it because of your reticular activator in your brain, because it's going to attract what you're focusing on. This is an actual thing in your brain. So it's not just this metaphysical woo-woo thing, it's actually a physiological aspect of your brain that when you focus on something, you see more of it. And if it's not making you feel good, stop focusing on it. So you know what? That person really made me mad. So now I'm going to just focus on the people that I'm happy with, or people that come to me that support me, or I'm going to focus on people that I know love me and that support me and want to take care of me and connect with me. Or I'm going to focus on all the things in my life, in my work life and in my family life, things that make me feel good. And that's the clarity. And from that clarity, that leads to power. So if they're turning off the lights here in this, this is funny. So I'm in this museum in Maryland, in Baltimore. We're doing this charity event this weekend, and I'm speaking, one of the main speakers tomorrow. So we'll be speaking about being the one for each other and also supporting each other. So I could be looking at all the things that went wrong today and getting here, or the things that aren't working in my life. But you know what? I didn't. I actually lived this today. I had some things go wrong today, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to stop focusing on that, and I'm going to bring people to me that really love and appreciate me. I'm going to have everything work. Everything's going to be smooth. This is awesome. And if I had a wrinkle in time, it's because it was something that I needed to look at for a minute. And so for me, hi Rachel, for me, what it's all about is allowing the contrast to not push against the contrast, but just look at it, observe it, and then turn toward what it is that you do want. So contrast leads to clarity. Clarity leads to power. And the power to create, the power to have what we want more of, the power of focus. So this weekend, if things don't go the way you want them to go, or if you keep focusing and noticing all the things or people that aren't working the way you want them to, stop it. Stop it. Stop looking at that and say, wow, okay, I'm observing that and that's not what I want. So now I'm going to create from what I do want. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that. Just like we say, use the fear. Just like we say, use the contrast in our life. Use that to pivot to what you do want. I love that word, pivot. And so just focus on more of that. Sabrina says, hello, Burge. Always good to see and hear you and be reminded. Yes, we all need to be reminded. And I'm going to give you one more chance here to look at this. Look at this. This is the, that's the Liberty ship. And there's all kinds of cool little, this is a really neat museum here in Maritime. It's all about the Navy here. So we're going to have a lot of really cool people coming tomorrow to this event. We may be Facebook Living a little bit of it tomorrow. It's all day, I think, from 9 to 1. I'm on at 12:30, I think, or 12:30, something like that. So if you want, you can pay attention tomorrow and see what our message is for tomorrow. But every Tuesday and Friday, I'll be pulling a card, if I'm not teaching, and do a bubble talk with Burge, because you have been Burged. And the one thing I want you to remember is this, that contrast leads to clarity, clarity leads to power, and you can create whatever it is that you want from that powerful place. So go to essenceofbeing.com, get your cards, get your own cards to pull every day, or come to our workshops, come to our play shops that we're going to be doing this year. So we'll be, if you go to essenceofbeing.com, you can see our schedule and you can check it out, see where we're going to be in New York and Florida and Atlanta and London. So it's going to be a really, really powerful year. So Burge me, baby. Okay, Howard, you've been Burged. All right, honey. So contrast leads to clarity, everybody. Just remember that. So when things aren't working this weekend, that maybe you'd like it to work a little differently, stop focusing on it and say, wow, that's interesting. I'm going to observe that. And now I'm going to focus on what it is that I do want. And that's what I'm going to bring to me. I had this beautiful Uber driver from the airport today take me to this place. And we had about an hour ride, and it was pretty cool. I mean, I said, you know what? I'm going to bring the perfect person to me, and I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one, and they're going to be the one. We're going to be the one for each other. And we were. And it was really a powerful manifestation, and I totally created that. And so did he. So focus on what you want. Hi, John. And I just want to say, these are all on my feed. You can go back and look at all of these Bubble Talk for Burges and see all the different messages that I've given you throughout the weeks. And I'll continue to do this until I get through every one of these cards that I have here. So that was our message. That was our message for today. So until Friday, or maybe pay attention tomorrow, I might be on during my speech tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard, I think is when I go on, or so, something like that, 12 or 12:30. So if you don't have any questions, you can shoot me questions if you want throughout. I'll keep watching the feed. Also, share this. If this inspired you, or if you want to share this with other people, any of my Bubble Talk with Burges, and get them to be Burged. You know, I'm a verb now. How wild is that? All right, so I will see you next Tuesday for another Bubble Talk with Burge. Until then, what you focus on expands.